Aaron Rodgers. It's back. Speculation.
Oh, jeez.
Thoughts about his future.
He should go to Thailand.
I mean, listen.
Yeah, he should.
Who shouldn't? But instead, he passed up on a trip to ride elephants and watch Muay Thai and hang out with a rocket ship to go on the Pat McAfee show with Pat McAfee and Brady Quinn's brother-in-law, A.J. Hawk. And he had this to say about his future.
Just on my side, it's the physical part, it's the emotional part, it's the spiritual part, it's the ability to go back out there and give it 100%. And then, it just comes down to the intuition of what it feels like in your body and what it feels like in your mind. And once you commit, then you commit. And you move forward. Taking some time, pausing, letting kind of all the emotions kind of run through you, and then starting to see how it feels day after day and what's coming to mind. You missing it, not missing it, you excited about the next season, new challenge, whatever it might be, and then kind of lean into that feeling, and whatever feels right in your body is probably what it's going to be. I think it's got to be a full yes. It's got to be like a yes, 100% I'm in. And if it's not that, then you're out. Do I still think I can play? Of course. Can I play at a high level? Yeah, the highest. I think I can win MVP again in the right situation. Right situation, is that Green Bay or is that somewhere else? I'm not sure.
So he's coming back.
Yeah, big time. I'm into this, man. More speculation. I need it.
I appreciate his honesty. I mean, he's a unique guy. There's not too many guys who will go out there and talk that way about how they make their decision and just even the spiritual component. Like how many guys will talk about that? But sometimes when I listen to him talk, I feel like, well, what happens if he has like a bad bowl of chili that day he happens to make his decision? Because he's talking a lot about how his body feels. Man, you guys ever had like a meal that just made your stomach turn for like 24 hours?
Yeah, last night.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So if that happened to be the day you're trying to make this decision, you're like, my body's just rejecting this decision right now.
It was
can't get off the toilet. Yeah. It's
it was the food. It wasn't the football.
I mean, who knows?
Well,
if it's the
what happens
cheese
if he confuses the two?
Yeah, no.
What if it's the cheese curds? Our listeners on the game in Wisconsin right now.
He doesn't eat cheese. Remember?
That's it? All right, so
cheese.
No cheese? Wow.
You don't remember we went over this years ago?
I can't keep track of all the different changes in his life.
He went vegan.
Okay. Was that during the Olivia Munn era?
No.
That's my favorite era.
One.
Okay. Well.
Dude, stop. You so overhyped that. It's unbelievable.
Okay. I can show you some
stuff. Of all of the various women he's dated, that's the one you just...
At the top.
He's disappointed.
At the top of the list.
He's been disappointed with Aaron Rodgers ever since.
But I'm not disappointed by the fact that we're going to get another offseason.
Can you help me with this? Lee, Berto, anyone? I mean, her versus the rest of the crowd, I'm just... Ugh.
I mean, I got some stuff I can show you. Might change your opinion.
I'm just going to stay out of this one.
What do you mean?
Wow. I really thought I had backup there.
Yeah. I'm just...
I got nothing.
I
got nothing.
I'm going to just spectate y'all.
How long is this going to go on for? Because you know what's amazing about the Rodgers thing? He didn't like, and the Packer fan base and the organization didn't like Brett Favre's going back and forth on whether or not he wanted to come back. It's the same exact thing, if not worse.
Different. No, it's just messaged differently, right? Like Brett would be on some farm somewhere down in a remote area of, I don't know, was he in Mississippi or something? Or and then Aaron's just on TV every week talking about it. Or
I
think Brett's was way worse though. Brett's
really?
I'll just say it was way more entertaining. It was way more entertaining.
Yeah, they had.
I feel we didn't hear from him though. It'd be months. And you're like, "Where's Brett?" I don't know.
Exactly. It turned into the "Where's Waldo" type deal. Where's Brett Favre? Is he going to be on the team? Where's Brett Favre? He's jumping on his private jet. Where's Brett Favre?
And the conversation back then was, well, it's not fair to Rodgers. He deserves a chance to play. It's the same thing. We're doing the same thing all these years later.
Where's Brett Favre? He's riding on the private jet provided by the state of Mississippi.
Oh, come on.
What?
I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it. It was in my delivery, but I decided to mute.
Hey, that's out of line. You need to have some sensitivity. It's tax season coming up.
Q totally took it and ran with it.
Bro, I just had to make a tax payment, an estimate for, I think, this upcoming year. I don't know what it was. I looked at my account. I was like, damn. Again? Every year.
Living Cali.
Hey, Brett.
Well, I can imagine, but I'm just like.
Hey, Brett, what's the
secret? My whole thing is I mean, someone else isn't paying enough. I'll know that much, all right? Paying too damn much around here.
That's a whole nother show.
Golly,
I just feel like everybody should have. Well, nothing. All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't like to give my money away. I'll tell you that.
So what are we doing here? Like, he's coming back, right? Like, this idea that
he's coming back.
Yeah. So what? Why the waffling back and forth now?
I don't know. I kind of like the waffle.
He 50.
Struple.
He's getting $50 million a year.
Struple, great.
Yeah, be good.
$50 million on the table. You know how many struples I could buy you?
Some caramel.
That's a lot of struple. That's a lot. That's a lot of one-way tickets to Thailand.
Some cinnamon and yeah.
What about crepes? You like crepe? Is it crepes or crepes?
It's crepes. My God, did you just crepes is more what you are.
We are talking Thailand.
Crepes.
Whatever they're called.
No, you got it right.
Creep.
Yeah,
you got it right. If we all going to Thailand, that's exactly what we'll be like.
There's a lot of outdoor plumbing there.
In fact, they might be calling us creeps. Hey, look at the creeps. You like those creeps?
Oh, man, that was great. Thanks, Jonas.
I don't know what they're
call
called.
them creeps?
I don't know.
Where do they call them creeps? I've never heard of creeps.
I don't know.
I've always heard crepes, but I don't know.
They're like rolled up.
I say a lot of words
like rolled up
incorrectly,
tortillas or some crap like that. I don't know, whatever they are. But point being, why this? What is it this year? I mean, especially he's coming off one of his worst seasons.
I
if
think
you're coming
that's
off
why.
one of your worst seasons,
I think that's why. That's just why.
Okay, you got $50 million you're coming back to. Isn't it $50 million? So come back, man.
It's $100 million the next 2 years, but 50 this year.
That's another part of the why.
It's kind of like Stafford. Stafford came off a bad season. It's like he's got 53 million reasons to come back, you know?
Do you trade
Zach Wilson? Yesterday I said, do you bench him and let him learn?
What, for Rodgers?
Yeah, do you bench?
Hell yeah!
You trade him for Aaron Rodgers?
Oh yeah! You finished out that contract, man. You put Woody to the test. Go, hey, you really say you could spend as much as you want? Let's go after Aaron Rodgers. We'll pay him $100 million next 2 years.
I feel like that's what he's saying when he put that out there to the media.
Shoot.
It's like one of these big. It's one. He said, "We're going after a big time quarterback. I'm willing to pay."
I would love to see how that would all come together. That'd be fun to see.
Do you think the Packers want Rodgers back?
I think they're ready to move. I think they've been ready to move on.
I think they're at the point where they say, "Look, what do we got? Maybe a year left, tops."
You'd have to assume they've felt like they've been held hostage by Aaron Rodgers.
Like I just curiosity. I want to see Jordan Love at this point.
I don't.
You don't want to see him?
I don't know that he's the answer, but I just know that whatever it's going to be moving into the future, I'm sure and I'm certain they feel as though we could at least take control of the franchise back. Like the minute Aaron Rodgers is out of there, there's no one that's on that roster that has that type of hold over a team, that has no owner to stand up to what he represents. Like, so I think that outweighs everything at this point, is to gain control back.
To that point, I mean, there's just such a unique franchise. You know, you're right. It's Mark Murphy, but it's really not, because they have a board too that helps make that decision. So it's like a group of people, and I feel like the optics of a guy who's a first ballot future Hall of Famer and everything else that comes along with it, you know, it's tough. Like, you move on from a guy who can play as a 4-time MVP level, and it's hard to sell to your fan base. You know, like, I don't know what you sell to your fan base there. Is it Jordan Love? Is it another quarterback? Either way, I think there's some hesitance to want to move on, because they know how hard it's going to be to get guys to want to come up and play there. I mean, when Aaron Rodgers made the comment that guys they don't come to Green Bay to play football, they come to Green Bay to play with me, he wasn't wrong. I mean, it's a tough place to play. I think I've told this story before. They have workout bonuses within the structure of their contract because it incentivizes guys to stay up there in the offseason. Otherwise, guys aren't there. Like, they don't come up in the spring. They want to be somewhere else training.
You got to bribe them?
Yeah. You literally have to put workout bonuses for $250,000, $500,000 in their contracts just to keep them up there, or to keep them there for 4 days a week. I mean, forget 5, 4 days during off season. So I tend to look at it and go, that's going. I mean, they were lucky enough to be able to fall into Aaron Rodgers after Brett Favre. I'm with LaVar. I don't think they're lucky enough to fall into that same scenario again with Jordan Love.
God,
and
what if they do 3 straight Hall of Fame quarterbacks?
They're not. They're not. It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
You're going to say right now, based on the evidence you have, that Jordan Love's not going to be a Hall of Famer? Can we save this, Lee, for like 25 years from now? Can we and roll this back? F8 this, please.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm a second that.
The track record they've been on. Yeah, I wonder how long this is going to go on.
Sorry, Jordan.
Because at some point the Packers are like, dude, make a decision. Like let's figure out what direction we're going to go, and then we roll from there. But him on the Jets would be fun though, and there's a lot to work with on that team. And you're gonna
it would
in New York.
It would either be a love-hate relationship. I mean, is Aaron Rodgers spiritually and mentally prepared? Like, keep in mind, you can manipulate the media in so many different ways. He is the largest standard of media probably within the market he's playing in right now.
No doubt.
He's a small fish in a very, very large pond if he goes to New York. So the way things have been handled by him would be drastically and dramatically different if he went there. Now, with that being said, it would be ironic and coincidental that we started the segment off talking about one Brett Favre.
Yeah.
And he ends up in New York as well. So, I mean, and Brett Favre seemed to navigate pretty well.
Yeah, keep your phone to yourself.
To a degree.
I'm just saying.
Let too much stuff hang out there.
Yeah,